13-137, State versus Rachel McCurcher, delivery of Schedule 3 controlled substance.
Yeah, we're exploring the possibility of drug court for Ms. McCurcher. If we could have a reappearance on July 25th on Judge Webb's docket. If the screening doesn't work out or the plea offer doesn't come through, we'll contact your court and get back on this docket.
That'd be the order of the court.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
13-124, State versus Jonathan Nesting, possession of controlled substances, drug paraphernalia, driving on suspended license, DWI.
Looks like it's a Judge Webb case, Your Honor, and we're just here for reappearance, I guess.
Okay,
Does the docket reflect if he's been arraigned?
it does. Let's see. I'll have you reappear on July 25th before Judge Webb.
Right. Thank you.
13-81, State versus Carrie Riddell, delivery of marijuana near certain facilities, delivery of cocaine, ecstasy.
Judge, Mrs. Riddell reappears today. We have this matter scheduled out. I believe everything is proceeding in order. The bond, I believe, is at $15,000. She's been in jail for approaching 3 months now, unable to make that bond. Do you have that scheduling order handy, Alicia?
This is regarding discovery today.
Yes, sir.
And go ahead.
I believe I have all the discovery, Judge. I don't think there are any issues there. We would, I know the court has previously denied a bond reduction, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it has been 3 months, and she's been unable to post the $15,000 bond. We'd ask the court to consider at least a $10,000 bond in this case, Judge, with potential for her to be released. It's not scheduled for trial until late September.
So this defendant has 9 criminal charges pending against her. I actually don't know the difference between a $10,000 bond and a $15,000 bond. So
$5,000.
I wouldn't do that, Judge. I would give her a $10,000 bond. I would agree with that. I think a $15,000 is reasonable for that.
Judge, I would like to ask the court to,
Did you say 10, Mr.?
10. I agree
Yeah,
with
go ahead, sir.
if you wouldn't mind bringing her back on the 11th of July, we may be able to resolve it by then.
Okay. Bond $10,000, reappear on July 11th.
Thank you, Judge.
12-59, State versus Stephen Freeze, perjury. Good morning. Did you have a lawyer yet? Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. We'll have a preliminary hearing as soon as we get done with the rest of the docket here. Okay. Thank you.
My hearing is bad, sir. So.
Okay, we'll bring you back. Thank you. 11-13, State versus Missy Sewell, forgery and obtaining a prescription drug by fraud.
Your Honor, can we recall this one? I need to visit with probation some more on this case.
Just so you know where we're at.
Okay. 09-159, State versus Peter Schefter, possession of methamphetamine, drugs and firearms, drug paraphernalia, marijuana. I've appointed the public defender to represent him.
Your Honor, on this case, he was on dual supervision. He flattened out parole, and there was a mix-up in that he still had probation obligations when he was released from Department of Corrections. I visited with the probation department. They're agreeable to a $250 cash bond. Have this back on the docket in about 60 days. We waive the 60-day hearing requirement.
That's agreeable, John.
On $250 cash, the 60-day hearing requirement's been waived. We'll have a hearing on August 22nd.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
13-93, State versus Robbie Robertson, possession of firearms by certain persons. 1393.
This is Mr. Etheridge's case we talked about in chambers. He's going to be filing a motion that may resolve that. Would you just continue that to your July 11th date?
Okay, is that, or it's set for pretrial on August 8th. We need more time, or can you get it done by July?
Let's try to get it done by the 11th, Your Honor. We can try to dispose of it at that time.
Okay, reappear on July 11th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
12-141, State versus Maria Chavez, possession of marijuana, delivery of marijuana.
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, this case would request to be passed. I spoke to Mr. Chisholm about that. We'd ask it to be continued on the plaintiff, sorry, the defense motion right now, Your Honor.
Let's see, just continue what?
You know, we'd like to,
Judge, if you could continue this for about 60 days to your
Okay.
August date.
that'd be good, Your Honor.
Please.
Continued on defense motion till August 22nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.